stream. Before all our live streams now, we're going to play the Black National Anthem as sung by these great brothers. We just like these people want you to stand for an anthem that talks about killing you. Well, this one don't talk about killing you, black folks. You need to know about the national anthem, lift every voice and sing. You need to know it, learn the words. If you never heard it before, you're here today. And any other live streams going forward, you're going to continue to hear it. If you don't like it, sorry, but this is what we're going to do. And thank you to the brother that made that suggestion last stream.
Lift every voice and sing, earth, heaven, ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies resound the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. March on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn has died. Yet with a steady beat have not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers died. We have come over a way that with tears have been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughter, out from the gloomy past till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star is cast. Places, our God, where we met thee. Lest our hearts, drunk of the wine of the world, we forget thee. Shadow beneath thy hand, may we forever stand. True to our God, true to our native land, true to our
Thank you, my brothers. Now, hearing those brothers sing with no music, just pure talent, they know they can't do that. They can't do it at all. And that's what they be so jealous about with black people. They can't do what we do. And we need to, as black people, realize we have talent and take control of that. But the music industry is a total different subject. So now let's talk about Ulysses Wilkerson. I'm pretty sure most of you saw this on Facebook. A lot of people, of course, been sending this to me, but I haven't been feeling too well, so I have time to get to it. I'm trying to recover a little bit. I'm still dealing with it, but I wanted to get this taken care of today, especially what I saw. This young brother was beaten by the Troy police in Alabama. Just think about that. Stay for a minute. The same state they just had that election. Excuse me. Most of the folks, when we looked at the results, most of the Caucasians wanted Roy Moore. The accused pedophile, the person who was accused of sexually assaulting women, a rabid white supremacist, that's who they wanted. And black people thwarted them at the polls. And the other guy won. Not to say the other guy is going to do something for black folks, but the fact is they cannot take an L at all. Black people have been taking L's ever since they got here. But when they take an L, they react violently because the system is made for them, by them, and they get away with it. And I see some people saying why black people don't do this and that and the third. When black people make that choice, they got to realize that they're not going to be here or they're going to get locked up or something. So, you know, a lot of people talk, but let's not go there. So I want you to see this news report if you have not seen it yet. And then after that, we'll start talking more about what they actually did to him. And then we'll continue. So let's pull up this news report. Horrible face, right? Now, when you're about to watch this, imagine this is your son.
The image you're seeing is viral. It was posted by his mother and has since been shared over 61,000 times. Ulysses Wilkerson's family was searching for answers as to how the 17-year-old ended up like this after an encounter with the Troy police.
He had trauma to the brain, swelling on the brain, and a cracked eye socket in 3 different places.
Many of the 61,000 shares of the Facebook post said they were outraged.
From all over the world, people comment. They want justice.
It is said that officers saw Wilkerson coming out from behind a building in downtown Troy. They said they got out to question him, where he fled, leading to a foot chase that ended here on Madison Street. One witness said she saw officers surrounding Wilkerson, who appeared to be unconscious.
You can see the swelling of his face. You can tell that his face had a lot of bleeding. He looked, like I said, like he was passed out maybe, or in and out of consciousness or something.
Saying the first thing that came to mind was,
I hope they're not beating him, you know.
WDHM reached out to the Troy Police Department and to the Troy Mayor's office. Neither would comment. The family is asking for body and dash camera footage to be released, also telling News 18 that any charges against Wilkerson were dropped and that he was never placed under arrest.
They had him handcuffed when we got in there. They said he was charged with obstruction of justice. The ambulance came to take him to UAB. They took the handcuffs off of him and dropped the charges on him.
Wilkerson was released from UAB, but remains under medical attention and could possibly undergo surgery after more swelling goes down.
Now, let's get into some more of the facts here before I say anything. Now, they were stating that he was badly injured with trauma to his brain after encounter with the race soldiers in the city of Troy, Alabama. Sometimes I don't understand why black people in them areas, but anyway. Now, they said his mother wrote on Facebook on Christmas, the Troy police officers did this to my son while he was in handcuffs. Please share this happening in Troy, Alabama now. I hope their body cam was on and they haven't told me anything yet. Please share. I'm heading to Birmingham to UAB. He has a fracture and he has to have surgery. It continues saying that the incident occurred in the downtown area of Troy, about 50 miles south of Montgomery, on December 23rd, just before midnight. Wilkerson, let me stop there. That boy shouldn't have been out at that time of night. Let's start there. Not blaming him. But when I was growing up, teenage boy like that, your behind need to be home, because that's what they like to do. They like to catch you by yourself, especially at night, and do some things to you like that. You have to understand that same area, Dothan, I did a story about them a while back, and all of those cops was all part of a Klan group, and they were planting drugs on black people. They was beating up black people constantly. When I reported, it's the same area. It's nothing but Klansmen in Alabama, Mississippi, all those areas. Talk to black people from them areas. They'll tell you that. They wide open with they white supremacist terrorism. They're not hiding it. That's why I said they don't need to be police officers, because every time they're a police officer, something bad happens. You don't see other races of cops doing the things that they do. I've talked to cops, black cops, that told me we can't do what those Caucasian cops do. We'll go to jail. We'll get fired. How many black cops have you ever seen beat a white male up like that, that's 17 years old? Leaving him like that. You won't see it. So how is it that black cops can't do that, but they can do it? Everything is about racism. So when somebody come to my channel and say, what is you, everything has to be about race? Because the system that is created by your ancestors is about race. It's about oppression. That's what it's about. And then you try to go to other countries in the world and try to tell them about democracy and try to tell them about freedom when you don't practice it in your own country. How you gonna go tell Iran and go tell North Korea and all these other countries about themselves and what they do to their people, but look what you do to your own citizens? You know, the whole world watching what you're doing. The whole world see these images. That's why Trump and them wanted net neutrality rules gone. They wanted it gone because they tired of people spreading this stuff out and showing America for what it really is before the world. That's why Rodrigo Duterte said last year about America, how they treat black people. The supreme leader of Iran just tweeted about the same thing about America talking about people, but look how they treat black people. They call America out, and what can America say? Nothing. They have to stay quiet because they know how they treat black people. The whole world see how black people are treated. And as Trump being in office, the world's getting tired of America because of Trump. Like I said, them people that you say, like them police and all them people like in Alabama and all of them around this country, that they have that same attitude, they're going to be the downfall of this country. They're not going to be the black man and black woman, but continue. So he was confronted, as they said, by the city police along with a friend after they were walking behind a closed building. Now, they reported that they approached him and he took off running. Well, you know what? Based on a lot of cases we've seen, I can see why a black person's scared for their life. You got a bunch of white cops approaching you in a pack in Alabama at night. That is a recipe for disaster. It is. It is nothing at all that says that's good for black people. Now, let me scroll down and get some more of the information. So they say when they caught up with him, they say a struggle occurred. No, you had a witness say he was handcuffed and he was being beaten. And I believe that. I believe the worst of the worst from them. But Elijah Muhammad was so right when he said they are the devil, because only a devil do things like this. No one that has common sense, no one that has human decency would do the things that they do. They said, I just read a report, only 14 days this year that police haven't killed somebody. Out of 365, only 14. They killing people every day. No trial. And the people they didn't kill, they beating people up, they're maiming people, and they get away with it. Why? Because the majority of Caucasian society supports them. They can only do what Caucasian society allows them to do. Because remember, when you're black, you're a criminal no matter what. But when it was Muhammad Noor and Justine Ruzzik. Now they're saying they're not going to charge the cop, and now they're crying holy hell. But when it was somebody black, you were cool with it if the victim was black. This whole system is just corrupt. You look at the prison system, it's corrupt. They have private prisons. They want to just haul black people in there. That's why they don't want the marijuana to be legalized. Because if the marijuana is legalized, like in Colorado, when it was legalized, arrests of marijuana went down by 98%. And a lot of arrests of marijuana are black folks. So if you legalize marijuana, black folks' arrests go way down. That's why I'm an advocate for recreational marijuana, not because I smoke anything. I don't smoke a thing. I can't stand the smell of marijuana. But for the sake of black people not going to jail, I want it all over the country. We need to have it in Texas. What happened to the lobbying? We need it. So now they said that they turned over the investigation to the Alabama State Bureau of Investigation, and a lieutenant with the police force said that the case is still being investigated, and the officers, they don't know yet if they've been put on leave. Now, the dad said that they dropped the charges. No, they did not drop the charges, according to the new reports. The cops claim all of a sudden that he had a gun, but yet no gun was found. They planted, and then when they found, they planted that gun. Like they said, they wanted to beat up somebody black because Roy Moore wasn't elected. And this is pure retaliation. And trust me, I would love to say certain things on camera, but I don't want the FBI at my door. So the only thing I'm saying is, people all over the world, this is America. And as black Americans, we need to unify. We need to get together, stop arguing over pettiness. That's why when people call me about we're this, we're that, do I care? When I say I don't care, is I don't care when I see stories like this. I don't care about all that. You know, let's talk about this stuff. What's happened to this young man? We doing all this, black men is your fault, black women is your fault. Man, stop all that. Because in 2018, if I hear too much of that from somebody, I'm gonna start cutting people off even talking to me. You know why? Because white supremacy is getting worse because they know their time is up. Their birth rates are down. The opioids are killing them off every day. They can't stop it. Of course, what they want to do is turn against black people. Every time they have a problem, they blame it on us. And y'all, all that fussing and fighting and blaming this and blaming that, when the problem of the whole world is white supremacy. If you're not talking about white supremacy, don't tell me anything. White supremacy is the cause for all the problems of America. For everybody's community, especially our community. You could trace everything that happens to black folks and it go right back to white supremacy. Every bit of it. Yes, black folks do some things that I don't agree with. Yes, black folks, I get pissed off with the hyenas and thugs. But even white supremacy created that. If you want to get down to it. White supremacy created the ghetto. I've done a video about that. I may reload it again just so you could get the knowledge again about how this government gave white Americans a head, get them an advantage in this country, and how they created the ghettos, how they put black people in the ghettos, and how they purposely don't put opportunities in these areas. But this is what we need to be focusing on. They beat that young man like Rodney King. If some of you so young, you don't know about Rodney King, look it up. But beating like this with Rodney King caused the LA riots. The LA riots was bad. But that's what sparked it. And I guarantee after the LA riots happened, that toned down a little while in LA. Because the LAPD was notorious for beating brothers up. But this is sick. Now, one of the family members had got a snapshot shot of one of the cops that beat up their family members. And this is one of the cops here that beat up their young man. Now, the internet is quick. They found not only him, they found his wife, her page. She quickly shut down her page on Facebook. It was gone. I mean, the people on the internet don't play around. when they looking for something, especially when they get a hold to Black Twitter. Oh, Black Twitter, that's where all the investigators are at. They can solve more crimes more than anything on Black Twitter. Yes, they are killing and hunting our children. They want to kill the male children. You don't understand this. And this is why I'm about to talk about gender here for a minute. Black girls and black women are not a threat to white supremacy. They're not. Only the black male is a threat to white supremacy. This is why they want to kill them in their teenage stages. This is when they want to kill them in that high reproductive age. You notice they kill more young black kids and black teens than older men because they know exactly what they're doing. They're trying to kill our group. If you kill the men and the boys, the race goes, not the women. This is why the white supremacy don't mind giving the women a better position than the man to screw some things up in our relationship. This is why they treat them a little better, because they're not a direct threat. It's only the black man. And being a black man in this country, you are a target. And then I'm gonna have to address something, because I just read a comment when you telling black men what you gonna do about this, what you gonna do about that. Do you really know what you're saying about black men challenging some things? Yes, we have to do it as a collective. We can't do it by ourselves. That's first and foremost. Number two, we don't have an army that we spending over $600 billion a year on. That's what those people have. We don't have that. We don't have drones. We don't have MRAPs. We don't have SWAT teams. Black people don't have any of that. The only thing that we have is each other, and pray to God, Allah, the Most High, the Lord, whatever you want to call him, to send his judgment quickly. And it's actually happening. I see it every day. Trust me. In 2018, just watch what God do in 2018. I'm telling you this. Just keep your eyes open in 2018. You ain't got to do nothing but sit back and watch like you've been doing. You ain't going to have to move. You have to do anything. It's going to be some tear shedding in 2018 when God get done with them. I'm telling you. Not us. We're not going to do a thing. God going to deal with them. Last year, 2016, 65,000 died of opioids. We wasn't dying like that on crack. Chinese is the one that's shipping it into this country. Are they going to go to war with China over it? Chinese drug dealers constantly putting it over here. Sending it through the U.S. mail of all things. They even try to say things about black folks that, oh, well, in areas you have blacks, crime is low. Say, yeah, but what about the opioids? How many of you dying on that? But we the problem. Look, always right. If I'm not gonna debate that with you. One thing I don't debate is my beliefs in nobody. That's the last thing I debate with you. And if you think you're gonna debate that with me, you'll be blocked before I debate that with you. Because one thing I have my beliefs, and that's it. Because like the scriptures say, creation preached to you there's a God. And if you're an idiot to say there's not a God, then go on with your life. But what I'm saying is, as black folks, we need to unify. Stop all that. Like I said, I'm about to start taking a hard line on people who divide. Like I can't deal with that. I can't, because it ain't getting us nowhere. All that, black men, black men, black men, black men. If you think black men are so bad, go with the white man. If you think black women are so bad, go with the white woman. I don't know what to tell you. Leave black folks alone if black people are so horrible to you. But the deal is, in this country, you are a target. Your children are a target. If you have a young black child right now, he's a target. If you're a white person and you had a child with a black person, they're a target. You can call your kid biracial all you want, but when them race soldiers see that kid, they are black. They call them the N-word. They call them Negro. They call them all kind of words. So you have to be just as scared for your son, too, if you're a white person or whatever other group of people you are that have a child with a black person. This is the country that we live in. And the whole world is watching this. And that's why they tell me all the time, a lot of you guys should just leave America and try to go somewhere else, because look how they treat you guys. They hateful. I've talked to African people that told me they came over here and they said, man, it's like a tension over here. It's like it just pressure. You feel it. He said, that's why I got to go back. That's how a lot of people feel. This is why a lot of black people in 2018, you need to get your passport. Get your passport. You never know. The day may come with me. With black folks may have to do like back in the Bible times coming out of Egypt. Exodus. Oh, you talking about Meghan Markle? Yeah. Cause she, no matter how racially ambiguous you are, if you got black in you, you are black. And she stands out too. I seen that picture. She stands out, Meghan Markle. She getting that every which way because them people don't want no black person. She black. I don't care what she say. I'm biracial. They gonna let you know real quick what you are. You're not them. You are black. They say I black folks that'll say she ain't black. In this society of white supremacy, it's only white and non-white, and she's in the non-white category, and that she is black. And if she had a child, those race soldiers will beat her child up too. But that's all they know. Right? What you just said, talking about they want race war. That's all they know. And that's why the divine judgment has to come. It's like the day of bloodshed has to end. He said they'll beat the black side up. Well, yeah, Meghan Markle. She gonna. That's why I didn't say a word about her, even when they had that situation with that lady had did that shot at her because she was taking a shot at Meghan Markle with that brooch she was wearing. I didn't make a video because I told y'all I'm that way. You want to be with them people? Go be with them. I'm not going to defend you. I'm not. Don't come crying later talking about, man, I'm part of the black community. Man, you wouldn't go got with them people. But yeah, these people, man, they just it's sickening. It's sickening to me. They just never stop. I just like I said. Sometimes I'm gonna tell you guys. Sometimes I wish I can go back to prior to 2015. At times I wish I can. Prior to 2015, I didn't see what I see today. My eyes wasn't open to nothing. I was blind to everything. And when you blind to everything, sometimes it's better. I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes it's better. Because once your eyes is open to the world you really live in, once you really see white supremacy for what it is, once you really see how these people have been so meticulous, so sinister on how they do everything, and then they play you like you stupid and try to make you think you're crazy when you see it and you point it out. And the crazy part is it's so intertwined in them, they automatically on autopilot with it. That's why I say you don't have to be in the Ku Klux Klan to be a white supremacist. If you support white supremacy, you're a white supremacist, because that's how a lot of them feel. Well, I'm not in the Klan. I'm not in the alt-right. I'm not waving the Confederate flag, but you still support white supremacy. You don't want it to end. Only difference with the Klan member is he just outward with his or hers. But what is it going to take for this stuff to stop? Do you want? I mean, it's like they do things like this, and then when people go out in the street and do things, and they want to say, "Oh, why they don't wait for the system to work?" What? So they can get him no justice? I mean, you look at Erica Garner right now, had a heart attack. Probably all the stress that she was dealing with her father being choked out on camera, dying. She's practically brain dead right now. She's in a coma. But no one else watched their parent get killed like that on the street. White folks don't know how it feels to watch their loved ones getting choked out by cops. or their loved ones getting shot in the back on camera. They don't know how it feels to see the things that we have saw. Have a few of them happen? Yes, I've seen some of the cases. I've seen it. But it's not the norm like it is for black people. Let me tell you something. It was a bunch of black cops that's doing what these Caucasian cops do. Trust me, these Caucasians went to war with these police departments, literally. That's what they would have done. And of course, they can get away with that because they allow them to walk around with all kind of guns, and they allow them to be in terrorist groups, and they allow them to do whatever they want to do because of the color of their skin. Then you pointed out, you're the race baiter. Translation, stop calling our crap out. We don't like it because we don't have a defense for it. Man, them thugs ain't gonna do nothing. All they gonna do is try to kill black people. Don't even mention them. They ain't no earthly good. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad what happened to that young girl. And you know, I had talked to her last year. We was having a conversation because I was trying to bring her on the show, but she got caught up with some protesting and everything, and I just kind of lost touch. But I mean, for the times I talked to her, she was real cool. Well, like I said, let's see what happens. Now, of course, everybody's reaching out. I think Sean King's trying to reach out. Al Sharpton is trying to reach out. You know, and that's another thing. Let everybody come in and do what they do. Don't say, I don't want them around. Man, let people just come in and do what they do, man. Like, we don't even have the luxury of telling people we don't need certain people because certain people got a following. So if that's their thing, let them do it. You know, let Al show up. Let Jesse, if he feel well enough. Call Minister Farrakhan. Call them all. I heard about that by that young lady, Jazzy. They say they're not gonna charge a girl with a hate crime. I heard about that, but after that she needs to sue her civilly because that's a civil suit. You say, well, the same black celebrities who donated to Keaton Jones to help Erica Garner. Good question. Why don't you tweet them? I wish some of y'all stop talking about Martin Luther King because some of you guys don't know what you're talking about with Martin Luther King and don't even understand what they were fighting for. I studied the civil rights movement, and I can tell you Martin Luther King wasn't fighting for black people to go eat at the same county as white folks. They were fighting for education because black folks was getting second and third rate education. They were fighting for resources that we could not get. They were fighting because the Klan was burning crosses on our lawns. They were lynching black folks at night just because they wanted to. They were raping black women. Gangs of white men were raping black women and nothing would happen to them about it. Constantly would happen. Like that video, movie, what is it? Time to Kill. That sort of thing happened constantly in that time period. That's not happening today. That's not. So the civil rights movement did make some differences. You don't have to be at the back of the bus no more. I mean, you naturally go back there now, but you don't have to be at the back of the bus anymore. You have opportunities that you never had before prior to them fighting. Like, don't minimize what those brothers and sisters did because those brothers and sisters had more courage than any of you these days. Way more courage. Man, y'all don't do crap. Y'all got more opportunity to do way more than what they ever could have done. Y'all don't do crap. But talk about if you this, you're that, you're this. I'm like, you say you everything else but black. You don't do anything. They boycotted over a year. You can't boycott it 3 days. They were carpooling together to say we ain't getting on them white folks' bus. They ain't gonna disrespect us. They had pride in themselves. Y'all ain't got pride in each other today. When stuff like this happened back in the civil rights movement, they had action behind this. The same kind of, y'all gonna do a hashtag, say it's messed up, and then go right back to watching Cardi B. And you want to call it what it is. So don't disrespect the civil rights movement, because y'all ain't half of the courage of what they were. Because I don't see y'all say, we ain't our grandmothers. Maybe you should be. We ain't our grandfathers. Maybe you should be, because they got a little bit more done. Were they perfect? Did they make the right decisions? Not all the time. But at least if we took some of the same things that they done and apply it today, maybe we can get somewhere. Yeah, they roll in their graves. We do nothing. We don't boycott anything. We know the power of boycotts. They showed us that, how to break a capitalistic system. We don't want to do it. We can't do it. Well, let me back up. We just don't want to do it. We like to complain, social media, talk about it all day, and then we're not going to do a thing. Me, I'm like this. You down to boycott? Fine. I've been boycotting the NFL. When I say I'm a boycott something. I ain't watched a down in the NFL. I don't even want it in my house. Black folks, you already watching the NFL. You didn't boycott long. The only reason the boycotting is hurting the NFL is because white folks are pissed off. White folks are serious about that. But y'all, no, they can treat y'all any kind of way. Them brothers, I appreciate them brothers that are standing up. If y'all want to talk about, people say, what you going to do about certain things? No, what we as a collective going to do. We can't say one gender is going to do anything, because we in this thing together. We can't separate genders. We are a collective. We as a collective are cowards now. We as a collective will sit there and allow race soldiers to do what they did in this video. And don't boycott, don't shut nothing down. We won't do nothing. No, I'm praying about it. Pray for what? Move. Make some action happen. Break the city by not spending a dime. That's all they want is money. If we take half the energy we spend in pursuing things that don't mean nothing, then maybe we can get somewhere. Well, good for you if you ain't watched football, but it's not you. It is not you. Well, when it comes to my ancestors, I have studied my ancestors, every bit of them. And that's why I say that people today is nothing. You say even Black Lives Matter, that wasn't nothing compared to the civil rights movement, because the civil rights movement got laws changed. Black Lives Matter didn't get nothing done. So what good is your protest? They had to change the law in the Supreme Court because of the Montgomery bus boycott. That's making a difference when you forcing them to change laws. That's why King and them was dangerous, because they were forcing them to do things they didn't want to do. They had to let black people back on those buses because they lost money over a year. Yeah, they're going to try you, but do you have the staying power? And the problem with black people today is you don't have a staying power. You're not patient. You got this microwave mentality, fast food mentality. Everything got to be like this. You can't wait for nothing. You don't know the principle of long suffering. Yeah, you worried about, yeah, you're right, materialism and entertainment instead of cases like this that we just showed. Know what you worried about. You worried about getting drunk at the club, going chase females, worry about dudes, instead of worrying about our brother here that was beaten to near death at the hands of these race soldiers. They beat you more. Listen, I've talked to, see, the problem is you need to talk to old people. Old people will tell you what's the difference between now and back then. My grandmother and them told me it's worse today than it was back during the civil rights movement. Now that's bad. When they say it's worse today. They beat you more today than any other time period. In California, when that was happening, who showed up? The Black Panthers. They had a lot of people showing up to stand up. The nation, they stood up. A lot of people stood up. And we idolize these black people. We say, oh, they're so great. And, you know, we have so much respect for them, and which we should. But it's like that fighting spirit died with them. And it's like, ever since all this integration, this current group of black folks is just nowhere good. You got black folks that's right now that's ready to help liberate their community, but then they even get tired. Because if a black person tell one of y'all don't be around your God, or don't love your God anymore, or don't date your God anymore, or don't marry your God until you free, you ready to attack them. You ready to attack them. Well, see, back then, you talking about the church. They were for real back then. Today, Pastor Pork Chop, and that's another thing with y'all. Pastor Pork Chop, he can sit up there and jackleg preach to you, don't give you no solutions, don't challenge nothing in your community, ask you for 10% of your income. You don't question it. You don't ask him what he doing with it. Transparency. You're not telling him what you're telling me, going to other people's videos, telling them why Phil asking for people to donate to help his channel. Not 10%, just maybe $2 or $5 if you think we're worthy of that. A cup of coffee, that's fine. But Pastor Pork Chop can ask you for a building fund, a tithe, a love offering, pastor's anniversary fund, and y'all give it to them. Y'all give over $4 billion a week to churches, and you get nothing out of them. If y'all would invest that much into black businesses, if you invested much into new black media or whatever else, you would have more. And then you want to complain that they kicking all the black people off of TV, they shutting this down, they shutting that down because you don't own nothing. Oh, they got preachers that got way more money than you talking about Umar. Well, they got way more preachers got way more money than Umar ever got. Let me tell y'all something that happened right here in Houston. They had someone stole from Lakewood Church one time. It was in the news. They stole the tithes and offerings for the weekend. They told how much it was. They stole $600,000 in one out of the safe at Lakewood Church for one weekend of tithing and offering. Listen to that. $600,000. Yeah, Creflo get that money too, but $600,000. Nobody questioning about how they using the $600,000. Why does he need $600,000? Why you taking my 10%? Why you pushing that? Y'all don't even study the scriptures to know why that's wrong. And I'm not about to get into a Bible lesson about it. But if you understood and read your Bible, you would know that it's wrong. You say you're Christians, but you eat swine. And the Bible says not to eat swine. This had nothing to do with no Muslims. The Bible says not to eat pork. And black people, we eat pork, even though it has a trichina worm in it. That pork has worms in it, and we eat that mess. Look it up if you don't believe me. Pork has worms. And them worms can get all into your stomach, your muscles. Those worms can even get to your brain. But as black people, we eat pork, and that's probably why we going so crazy. The worms probably messing up our brain. All the pork we eat in the black community. We think we done made it. See, that's the one thing Neely Fuller has said, and he told this white woman, I'll never forget it. He said the worst thing you could ever do to a black person is sleep with them. He told it to a white woman. He said, because you're going to neutralize those black people. Ever since black people been laying down white folks, they've been neutralized. See, back in the civil rights movement, you can lay down white folks like that. Or you get yourself strung up on the tree. Or they'll come beat you to death. And the Klan come pull you out your house and beat you to death. That's what happened to you. But now you can go get you a white woman, or you can go get you a white man, and now you're neutralized. That's why you team white supremacy now. Black folks are more on white supremacist side than they are. But yeah, it is big business. But what I'm saying is about black folks don't question that. And black folks be in all these big time white churches too, and quickly giving. And black folks got mad at me early in the year when I said that, oh, well, when a white platform asks for something on YouTube or whatever, you don't get mad at it. But when it's me, oh, you get pissed off. I had a good friend of mine that's real cool with me, and said and told me to my face, they're a white person. Now, if you was a white person, they wouldn't say a word to you. I know. It's like whatever I say, I might well just find a white guy and let him do all the talking, because that's the only time you guys gonna accept it, because it comes from a white man. Because remember, the white man's your God. You accept everything he says like God. You got blind faith. Yes, we know white Jesus is an idol. We know. I mean, is that what I need to do? I just need to just get out this chair, find a white guy to replace me, and just tell a white guy what to say. Maybe I get further with the platform, I guess. Because if I say it, it don't get nowhere. A white guy says something, oh my God, Phil, did you hear what this white guy said? Y'all be sending me stuff a white guy said. I'm looking like, okay, what did he say? So I'm listening. I'm like, that's the same stuff I already said. But you all mesmerized. Well, it's just great that a white person would say it. I'm like, it's sad. It's sad. It's just sad to me. As a black person, you can't say nothing right. But put a white face on it, and it's the gospel truth. No. That's why I said that. You say no, don't do that. I'm not saying I'm doing it. I'm just saying that how y'all are. If I had a white man sitting here, y'all would eat up what he say. It was the truth. You're right. A white person talking about white supremacy, black people you're right. They fall in love. They do. They do. I'm only speaking from experience. You know how embarrassing it is to me sometimes when I have a white person that really, really care about the platform, and there no racism in them at all. And I know a racist white person when I see one, trust me. And when they tell me that I don't understand how I see what you do and you're fighting very hard, for the black community, and I want to help, but I don't understand why they don't, and what could I say to that? What could I say to it? To me, it's embarrassing because I'm part of the black community, and I just know how we are. If my name was Dr. Reverend so and so, I'd be good. That's why I told my homeboy, I said, look, man, maybe we all should just get some become preachers and shoot, we'd be good. You ain't even got to break down the Bible to black folks. All you got to do is just shake your leg and say, ain't he all right? And God is able and he going to bless you and prosperity. Oh, that's all you got to say is prosperity. But you ain't getting no prosperity out of it. That ain't happening. Only the preacher getting the prosperity. He driving in a doggone Rolls Royce Ghost. And you saying, oh, he the man of God. He deserved that. But doggone it, if you saw me driving that, which I never buy nothing like that, that's stupid. But if you saw me driving that, I'll be the devil. I'll be everything else. Come on, tell the truth. Pastor Pork Chop could have a ghost. Regular black folks better not have it, or y'all pissed off. I was telling, that's the things we worried about instead of worrying about Ulysses Wilkerson and how these folks retaliated and used him as sending a message to black folks. You voting, this is what we're going to be doing to you. Going right back to what they were doing in the 60s. Get mad if you want. I don't care. In 2018, we need to continue to tell the truth. And we have to call the carpet our problems. Our problems is we don't trust each other. And the reason why I kept bringing up, maybe I should put a white person here sometime, because you don't trust me. Because I look like you. That's what it is. You live out the Willie Lynch letter every day. You distrust someone that looks like you. If, like I say once again, if you take the word of a white person and make it so great, the same thing a black person told you, like a lot of black people, Tim Wise, oh my God, Tim Wise. And you like, listen to him like, what is he saying that the brothers and sisters ain't said already? Well, because he has white skin. Yeah, but he's not racist. He's calling out white people. He should do that. Why am I get all giddy about that? That's all it takes for y'all? A white person say something, oh my God, we should invite him to the cookout. Like, really? They could be a doggone COINTELPRO. That's all it takes to get in. That's not much. At least back in the time of the Panthers civil rights movement, you actually had to really infiltrate. Now all it takes is a compliment and say, oh, I don't like that. That's racist. And y'all falling apart. What about Jim Baker? Black people gave a lot of money to him. Yeah. You said Michael Rappaport, Jay. Yeah. Black people. Yeah, we just praise them. We praise them. No matter what black person say, you praise them. And the sister, yeah, so people keep bringing up Umar. Like I said, y'all not gonna question Pastor Pork Chop about the millions he get. You don't question it. You don't say a word. My thing is, the same way y'all treating Umar, y'all need to treat the church. Matter of fact, you need to treat the church like that worse than Umar, because the church take more. Think about this: 10% of your income you guys are giving, and you say you giving it to God. Do you know where God lives? So how are you giving it to God? Please tell me that. How? Thank you, Jack thank you. How are you giving it to God? If you go into a church, think about this. If you go into a church every Sunday and they not addressing the issues in America, because if you say be like Christ addressed the issues of his day. So if Jesus was walking around right now, he would be talking about white supremacy, police brutality. He would be talking about all the ungodly things in this country. And he would be in the church house. He would be all out in the country. Your preacher don't even get out in the neighborhoods. Shoot, the preachers these days don't even go visit their sick and shut in at the hospital no more. That's how easy they got it now. But you keep giving your 10%. And some of y'all give y'all 10% and don't pay your bills. But the preacher tell you, well, you got to have faith. You got to have faith. What I look like telling somebody to have faith? Man, pay your light bill, man. Pay your rent. If you have if you can put in on a project we doing, thank you. But pay your bills. You got some of these preachers living in mansions. Literally, mansions. A lot of these preachers got businesses. They doing very well, but they don't teach you how to get businesses and do well. They keep the knowledge to themselves. You got to preach. That one preacher I covered last year. He out here hot dicking with members, and then he can get in front of y'all and say, I sinned, and but all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. Yeah, we gotta forgive him. I like no accountability. Y'all even make the preacher sit down. Like, man, you need to sit down. You need to go back to the drawing board. You can't be the preacher no more. And y'all still support that dude. Shout out to Jamaica. Y'all still support him. But y'all make 50 videos about me if I say I'm shutting my show down for 7 days. Oh boy, I made 50 videos about that. Or Phil, no, Andrea, I'm not really feeling better, but thank you. But y'all make all kind of comments about that. I had a dude asking me, Phil, why you ain't been making videos? Well, I'm human. I've been feeling sick. Sometimes it happens. Lakia, thank you very much. Private live streams, I have to get with y'all about that on Patreon. I'm going to do a year-end review, or at least the year-end review on the platform, let you know about the growth and things like that, but that'd be Patreon only. He said, how will the church pay mortgage if we didn't give? I didn't say not to give. I said this. You shouldn't be obligated to give no 10%. And I feel a church should be worthy of the giving. Like, you see the church in the community, they're helping the homeless, they visiting the sick, they out there in the community, helping people. Man, I'm the first one to want to give to them. I'll be the first guy to do it. You ain't got to tell me to. I said, man, they putting in that work. I need to help them. But if you're not putting in no work, you just coming to church jackleg preaching, then what's the point? We got people like Ulysses Wilkerson that needs help. I know they got churches in Troy, Alabama. Every preacher should be out there at that police department or at that city council. Every preacher in that town, especially the black ones. I guarantee you they probably got about 30, 40 churches. Black folks, you have a church, you get mad, you make a church split and let Deacon so-and-so go be the preacher. So I know y'all got a bunch of churches over there. You can't tell me you ain't got no missionary Baptist church or no AME church. Come on, I know y'all got it. Excuse me. Yeah, hey, yeah. Creflo needed a jet, and y'all was cool with that. Don't question that. Every preacher should be out there. It shouldn't be Al Sharpton coming around there. You got preachers there. And people in Alabama, you should demand your preacher to get out there in the community and do the work. Instead of preaching on Sunday and then getting out of church going to eat pork. You're right, we are hard-headed and stiff-necked people. That are you right about. Yes, you are right. Yes, you're right. Yes, I'm going to celebrate Kwanzaa. Anna A., thank you. So young people are leaving the church in mass. We have many issues, but that's a plus. Because because the younger people see through the fakery. That's why. They're sick of the phony things that go on over there. And the majority of people in the black church are black women. That's who carry that. A lot of black men don't fool with it because see men know men. We see what they own. That's why I said, man, I can't listen to that dude. I'm on Black Junction. I just haven't made a video about it yet. I did speak to the brother that runs Black Junction. We had a phone conversation. So he'd be probably coming over to do an interview here shortly. And he let you guys, know about Black Junction. But yes, I think it's a good initiative. Yeah, you're right. We do see the hustle. That's why, we don't go with that. But what I'm saying is black folks, we have to wait for white people to say what we say, and also we want white people's approval. Why you don't get white people to go say nothing about Ulysses Wilkerson? Do you know white people could change the system overnight if they wanted to? They can hold other white people accountable if they wanted to. See, that's the things you need to say. Don't come to no rally with me and say, oh, I'm looking for justice. Man, if you don't get your white privileged self up there and go change this system, don't be out here with me, the oppressed. You're not oppressed. Go do the work. I'll back you. Man, you playing with me if you show up out there to a protest and you got white privilege. Say, what are you here for? Go to that city council. Use your white privilege. Do you need me to guide you and tell you how to do it? I'll lead you by the hand if you need me to. And I'm going to stand outside and say, look, I need you to go in there. All you good white folks, I need you to go right in there and tell them that you demand justice. All y'all, no black folks, go. Just let y'all do it. If you're serious. No, a 501c3 don't restrict you from doing nothing in the community. That's a lie. Nothing in the community is not political. And you know what? If you got to lose your 501c3, lose it. Lose it. It's better to serve your people. And your people probably support you more if they see you out there. That's not nothing I've thought about yet. Well, since you put the number out there, you probably be the first person to start the calls. That's another thing too. Stop telling other people to do stuff. You do it. You had the idea, obviously it's on your heart. You do it. He said he want a God-fearing woman and you're not a Christian. Well, I mean, that's not the person you need to be with. Leave him alone. I mean, to each his own. Yeah, well, no, I'm not hard on him. I'm just treat people the way I was treated. I was raised in a household that a spade is a spade. You call it like it is. You don't baby nobody. You just, and that's the way I don't see how people want to be babied like that. Yeah, like I've seen what one white person can do. I've seen the hell they raise. I've seen it. And other white people don't attack them. They don't back down from them. None of that. So I know what. So if a bunch of white people do something, yeah, I mean, like I said, if they don't know what to do, we could guide you and send you what to do. If you don't know what to do, if you need our help guiding you, we could do that. But if you're serious and you want to end racism, then you got to do it. We can't do it. Because your counterparts, like Elijah Muhammad said, your counterparts, a lot of them are the devil. Just call it what it is. I know there's some decent white folks out there. I've met them. Not all of them are full of the devil. I just wish those who are good was the majority. That's the only thing I wish. And America would probably be a better place to live. Matter of fact, the world would be a better place to be if they were the majority. Black people are living in a lot of rural areas down south. You say you take the Bible to the street every Sabbath and look at us like we the enemy. Last time I seen some Hebrew Israelites when I was in Corpus Christi. Man, I was trying to go talk to them. I sure was. But by the time I turned around, I left. Man, let me tell you something. I love all black people. I don't care what you believe. Just don't attack me for not believing what you believe. But I love all y'all. I'll tell you that. I can rock with you even with your beliefs. Look, I could talk to the Hebrew Israelites. I could talk with the nation. I could talk with Christians. I could talk with Muslims. I can talk with anybody. If somebody say they atheists, whatever, man, look, as long as we black, that's the only thing I care about. We need to stop separating so much. I keep telling people that. The ones we do need to separate from, we don't. Like if the scriptures say come out from among them, y'all don't understand. Those of you who are fighting to be around certain people, you're going to have the same plagues that come on them on you. And if you want those plagues, continue to do what you're doing. Continue to fight what you're fighting for. You going to work? Okay. Have fun. Ocean depth nightmare. All the way from you say I'm from Australia. Oh shoot. Well, thank you from Australia. Yes, I'm going over there. That's not even a question. I want to go to Ethiopia though. I want to go to Ethiopia. I definitely need to go to Ghana, and it's a few other countries that I need to go to. Yeah, now I will say this. Yes, we must separate from American society. That's a separation that I do advocate. We as black people do need to separate from American society, because American society and the way it is right now would destroy us as a people. It is destroying us as a people. Like I said, they don't teach you how to eat. It's killing us black folks every day. Trust me. Hold on. Give me a second. I'll get it. I'm gonna show you right now. Let's see if I can get a hold to it. There we go. I posted this last night. This book right here is changing my life. This one right here. It's not about your beliefs. It's one of those things, chew up the meat and spit out the bones. Not telling you to believe what Elijah Muhammad believes, but there's things in here that will change your life. Trust me. I've been reading this book. It has been wonderful for me reading this book. I've been applying this book, and it's definitely been some results. I'll discuss that in detail on Patreon, not with you guys, but that is a good book to read. Read it. Because these people have literally still have us eating like slaves. The reason why we get sick as black people is because these people done told us, oh, this is good, that's good, this good. And yet they eat the worst of the worst because they're just trying to make money. And it's killing us off every day. On top of them oppressing us. So you're killing us through that. Then they had this one chapter in the book talk about birth control pills and how they're saying that prior to those pills coming out, it was looked at just to control the black population. It wasn't meant to control the white population. Just like abortion was never meant for white people. It was meant for black people. They're trying to do everything they can to prevent us from multiplying. That's why I'm not an advocate of birth control when it comes to women. I'm not. I had told my wife that don't be on them pills. I said, we have a child, we have a child. It's just that simple. We had one child, but that's it. We ain't having no more. You can go to Amazon. You can go to NOI.org. You can order it from the Nation, NOI.org. Go over there and get it from them. No, I'm not a member of the Nation of Islam. I'm not. But I'll tell you, I can appreciate what the brothers and sisters teach in the Nation. I appreciate it. I can appreciate things the Bible teach. I've read the Bible many times. My degree is in theology. So obviously I believe in the Bible. I can just appreciate a lot of things. I told you, I know how to chew up the meat and spit out the bones on everything. I don't have to be a part of a group to appreciate something they're teaching. You're right. We do need to get Planned Parenthood out of our neighborhoods. You're right about that. And we have to teach, the women that we don't want them going to Planned Parenthood. That if you have a child, have a child. See, back in the day, black folks kept white folks at their business. And I wish we would go back to that. You never put white folks in your business for no reason. You don't call the police for them to your house. You don't go run to white folks to solve your problems for you. Black folks and all these different folks on child support. Well, see, they have fertility clinics, but they have it in the white communities. They don't put fertility clinics in the black communities. You will not find them. Only in affluent white areas. Well, good if they close it. They need to close them all. Now, I wish Trump and them shut down Planned Parenthood. That's what I'm hoping. That would be a help for black people if Trump and them shut that down. I hope they do that. I know Trump, if they shut it down, they're doing it to save their own people. But hey, that's fine. We'll get a benefit from them shutting that down too. They need to shut that down. Now, one thing Trump did do, and I was going to talk about this until Trump messed that up. When it comes to alimony, any divorces that happen after December 31, 2018, you got to pay taxes, a 15% penalty tax on alimony. Before, you didn't have to do that, but now you have to pay on it. And there's a lot of females that are scrambling about that now. Because the CDC, I didn't know this, 98% of alimony recipients were women. So I think that's a good thing to change the game up on alimony. Alimony don't need to be paid to nobody. How is it that you're going to get a divorce and then you telling a man he got to pay a woman spousal support? Like, man, what the hell? That female grown. Why you got to pay her anything? But see, that's in these feminists, see, they cool with feminism, but they don't be pushing feminism in the courthouse. That court system is nothing but white male patriarchy to the core. And it hurts a lot of white guys more than anybody else because they got more money than black folks. And it hurts them. It hurts black folks too. It hurts everybody. That system is the most corrupt system ever in this country. Yeah, you're right about divorce. Yeah, you're right. No business getting a divorce. To me, that no-fault divorce is stupid. Because if you can just divorce somebody just because you want to, that's not protecting the sanctity of marriage. To me, all the time you should be able to get a divorce unless it's domestic violence. You know, this person using drugs. This person's committing adultery. You know, I mean, things like that. You know, I mean, something that say, oh yeah, you do not need to be around them. I mean, something to that effect. But if it's I just don't feel like being with you no more. I'm like, really? And if you want to get away from somebody like that because you don't want to be with them no more, I don't think you should be able to get a dime. Like, if you want to keep no fault divorce, just say, okay, well, you can't have no 50-50. You go your way, they go their way, whatever they came with. That's it. You don't get no you can't touch their 401k. You can't touch their stocks. You can't touch any property they have because you just want to leave outside of the reasons. But then shooting on them females, they'll lie and say, oh, he hit me just to get a police report. You know, them how the females are. Ryan Waters, thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. You're right. The American diet is killing us as black people. We do not need to eat like them at all. I agree with that. Like I said, if you guys would order that book, How to Eat to Live, it would teach you what to eat. For example, in that book, they teach you not to eat cornbread. And they tell you why you shouldn't be eating cornbread and how horrible it is for your digestive system. You know, there's a lot of things I've been learning. Like say about certain beans you shouldn't eat. There's a lot of things they talk about. Of course, they say all whites are bad, which means like your white rice, your white sugar, your white bread, your white flour. Anything white is bad. And anybody that know anything about studying about food, they would tell you that. We eat the most horrible foods as black people, and you wonder why we got diabetes, we have heart disease, we have high blood pressure, all the salt that we be ingesting as black people. I remember one time I was looking at the nutrition facts of Jack in the Box, thinking of what it was. And it was the ultimate cheeseburger, fries, and a drink. That was about 5,000 milligrams of sodium. And we'll eat probably 2 or 3 combos in a day, some of us. I mean, like, that's why we getting killed off. All the freaking salt they put in the food, too. Your body not meant to handle that much salt. Well, you know what? If high blood pressure runs in your family, this is what you do. Cut down on the salt. Use only sea salt if you do use it, but cut down on it. Like I said, last time I checked, when I followed this book, I had dropped 11 pounds just following that book, not even trying. So I'll discuss it more on Patreon, but I'm just saying, following that book is the truth. Well, I agree. Whatever color you are, the American diet is poison. Yeah, it's poison. It should be illegal, some of the things that they put in our foods. But we got to all stop eating pork. Like I say, yeah, please research the pork worm. If you don't believe me, the CDC even talks about the pork worm. So it's not a Muslim thing. That's a scientific thing. And if you need a white person to tell you not to eat pork, then I may put up a video of white people telling you not to eat pork. If that's going to, of course, you'll have to make it hit home. Cholesterol. No, it's not. It's not flatworms. It's trichina worms. It's only a worm that's in pork. Pigs don't even sweat. Yes, you're right about that. The best control is stop overeating, but you have to renew your mind also about food, because America has trained our minds to eat 3 meals a day. America has trained our minds to eat in between meals. America has trained our minds to go to buffets. America has trained us like that. So we need to renew our mind by changing our mind about food. We have to. And that's why I'm telling you guys to get this book. Hey, any of you guys have a Vitamix? Or those of you, do you know what a Vitamix is? Well, what I've been doing is my wife had bought me a Vitamix and got it on special, actually. Great deal. So what I've been doing, I've been making these fruit and vegetable smoothies, but with no added sugar or nothing. Just the I will put the spinach, banana for potassium, Fuji apple, pineapple, and then our orange. Blend them all together and just drink that. And I've been loving it. And I've been doing that in replacement of food. And then when I do eat food, I'll just follow the kind of menu items they have in that book. And it's been working great. Your bean pies are good. Yeah. But the Vitamix was on special. The one I got. Now, you know me, I don't buy nothing full price. I refuse to buy something full price. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and go. But check it out on the replay and listen. Think about what I'm saying in this particular stream today. If I can, I'll jump on tomorrow morning. But I need some more medicine. Obviously, hear me all stuffed up. But I just wanted to kind of check in with you guys and everything. So thank you 903 people for listening. I don't want to keep you guys too long. Life is treating me good because I'm alive. So you have a good day at work. Stay safe. I know it's getting cold out there. It's actually supposed to be in the 20s here Tuesday. And that's shocking for Houston because last winter we had 80-degree temperatures this time of year. So I'll take it. I love the colder weather. I know some of you live in the snow areas. It don't snow here. It snowed that one time. I think it's supposed to snow next week. We love when it snows here. I'm pretty sure some of you guys sick of the snow, but we never get it down here. So I know that. Yeah, trichinosis. Yeah, that's the total diagnosis. I know that. So anyway, the book name is How to Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I'm recommending this book. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. read it, go get it. Follow that book, people, and watch how things start changing for you. Like I said, I'm not telling you to believe what Elijah Muhammad believes, but take the aspect out of it that's considered health and retain that. And he's definitely going to tell you about why you shouldn't eat pork, but how I've been knowing that, but I didn't know the scientific side of it till recently. So that's why I say, oh man, you can keep pork away from me. So anyway, guys, thank you for listening. See you next time.